Peace, y'all. So I wanted to do a quick video to talk about all these rejections I've gotten over the years. So it hit me recently. I was just kind of thinking about like how fast, like if something come up and it asks me to like talk about my business or whatever idea, like if I have to expound on ideas, and I was just trying to really think about like what made me so good at that. And a lot of it had to do with how many freaking applications I've done for things, how many statement of purposes I've written and I've been rejected. Like, all right, so I'm gonna try to be candid because I actually when I was typing it out, I was like, I just don't feel as good. I just want to talk about it. In this case, I just want to talk about it. So one of them I remember that really hurt my feelings was through BuzzFeed. I can't remember exactly what it was no more. I think it was like a writing residency, and you go up to New York and you be up there for a minute. Like I saw myself up there. I was looking at places. Like I saw it. I just wanted it so bad, and I did not get it. And that one like cut me up. I think that was back in like 2017, if I had to guess. I don't remember. I think that's it. It was another one too. I can't remember the name of the organization, but it was a Black organization. And was that a writer residency? I want to say that one was too. And I was really looking forward to being a part of that experience because they just brought all kind of different levels of writers together. That was even further back. I want to say that might have been like 2016 maybe. But I was once again I was so excited about that, and I didn't get that one either. It's been writing grants rather. I've applied for. I've been rejected for contests. If you a single mama and you an artist, apply for this and we'll give you $20,000, apply for that, didn't get that. Like all kind of ones, like all kind of shit. Even trying to get an agent, denied for that. Now one exception was cracked teeth. So when I applied for like different, like okay, for example, so when I finished that book, I reached out to 7 different publishers. All of them wanted the book. Now I have a blog post and I'll put the link at the bottom if I remember to. Where I talk about why I turned them all down ultimately, but still. So that is like the silver lining, I think, out of I won't say out of being rejected, but rather not giving up. So just because you're like that one about you're a single parent and you an artist, submit a writing sample and fill out this application and we give you $20,000. You can do whatever you want to do with it. I do that one every single year. If anybody want the link to that too, let me know. I'll send it to you. And I keep getting rejected, but I also sign up for like, it's like a little notch. Just say like, if you want an explanation as to your rejection, check here. And I always check that box. And I read back, to see what the reason behind the rejection, because sometimes it's really good feedback. Sometimes I feel like it means like maybe I shouldn't have used this particular writing sample in it, or sometimes it's really good feedback, and I just be like, oh, okay, you know what, that is something I do want to implement in this particular manuscript or whatever this thing is that I'm writing. But like I said, just going back, because a lot of them ask the same questions over and over, particularly when it comes to grants and things like that. They ask the same questions, and it's like, but once you go back into them and redo them, and I remember I used to like go back and kind of just use the same document, copy and paste it. But what happened was, so cracked teeth, for example, that one, like, it just seemed like the vision for that evolved every year, every single year. It's like, I would go back and read what I old wrote. I was like, ooh, that's not even it no more. Like, I wouldn't have gave that no money either. But that's something that happens. So I would encourage you to do that too. Like, instead of recycling the same words over and over, like challenge yourself to rewrite it, to redo it every single time. If it's not your strong point, of course, get some assistance too. But another secret I'll let y'all in on, now with grants, you always want to make sure that you're already doing the work. So don't just hit them with an idea, a vision, and say like, this is my plan, I want to do this. Sometimes it works, sometimes that's what they're looking for. A lot of times it's not. A lot of times they want to see that basically this, I've done everything that I can do with the resources and the knowledge that I already have. If you give me this, then I'll be able to get here. That's kind of where the lane with that is. Even with that still being said, I've gotten about 5 grants so far. And all of the grants that I've received was a result of relationship building. It's because of who I knew. It was somebody I knew personally. they talked to me one-on-one. They knew the work that I was doing, and whether they gave me the money or they introduced me to somebody who gave me the money. And I've talked to other, like, if I think of two other movers and shakers out here, they had the exact same story. So just a little heads up, sometimes all your rejections ain't got nothing to do with you. Like I said, it's just relationships. They put it out there for the general public because that might be part of the process, but a lot of times they already know who they want to give it to. Not all the time, but a lot of the times. So I want to say that too. So like, definitely do not neglect. Don't think you can do everything from your computer, from the comfort of your own home. No, you have to get out there and do some talking, do some introducing yourself. Have a friend, like I have a friend, shout out to LB, who just, that is really her thing. Work in a room, getting to know people, knowing the who's in the community. That's her. And I don't just rely on her totally, but if I do hit her up and say, hey, this is something that I'm trying to do you know who I should talk to? More than likely, she knows who I need to talk to. So that's a blessing to have. So, trying to keep, if you're that person in your circle, you know what I'm saying? That's a blessing. But if you're not, get somebody like that in your circle ASAP. But yeah, so the rejections ain't always a bad thing, y'all. It's not always a bad thing. It is a silver lining in it. You will find yourself to come out to be a much better writer, being able to talk about yourself better, your vision better, your creative writing will get better, all of that. So don't shy away from it. Ain't even nothing to be embarrassed about. And definitely go out and build those relationships, make those connections, and make that shit happen for yourself. Cool?